popping on. But we try to host these calls once to twice a month, depending on how many new girls are popping in and how many questions I feel like everyone's been having lately. And just, first of all, if you have questions, put them in the comments below or unmute yourself and ask, because I really just want this to be open for you guys to feel like you can chat and talk and ask questions. So shut me up if you have a question or you have something that you want to share too. But yeah, just going over where to find everything in Beachbody On Demand for the newer people, and then anything that's new coming up, everything that we can chat about. Any questions before we get started?
Did I hear something about 80-day obsession going into real time? Or did I just misunderstand what I read? Because I was like, I don't know anything about that.
You asked if 80-day obsession was what?
Going into if they were going to do a real-time shoot. I feel like I read that somewhere, but I don't know if I misunderstood.
80-day obsession was done in real time when they filmed it the first time.
And I just
Yep. Which honestly was amazing. But the hour workouts is what kind of got a lot of people. They didn't like it. So if you don't want to do hour workouts, I would recommend trying a little obsessed first. But if you want to go through the 80 days, I know Monica's doing it right now. She's doing awesome with it. All right. Let me. You guys see Beachbody On Demand?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, when you log in, this is the page that it brings you to. And I'm sharing this for mostly the newer girls, first off. Most of us are doing this in 21 Day Fix Extreme right now. And then starting on Monday, some of us are going to be kicking off with 4. But really, it's kind of up in the air and open for whatever program you feel comfortable with doing or what program you want to do. If you're like, well, I've been looking at this program and I want to try that, then try it. Try something that looks fun and exciting to you. Otherwise, you're going to get bored or you're not going to like it or you're going to resent it. And I want you guys to like what you're doing. If Jackie or Becca, if you want to look at the comments, I think that there's a comment, but I can't pull it up when I'm sharing my screen. So if you want to just chime in too. So yeah, Clean Week is another one that we like to recommend to start with because it kind of goes, she talks about other programs as she's going through a week of workout programs with you. And she's like, if you like this style, you could do this workout. If you like this, go to this workout. And so she kind of incorporates stuff. So I really like Clean Week for that reason. Country Heat is another one that's super fun. Jackie's been all into that.
Oh my God, guys. My booty loves Country Heat. Let's just be real.
That's awesome. It is definitely a good one for beginners or somebody who doesn't want to start with weights or just has no clue where to start. Or Beachbody Yoga Studio is another amazing one to start out with. Or I think it goes into advanced. Sorry, I hate yoga personally, but other people love it, and it's a really good way to start to get your muscles ready to do more.
Core de Force is a good one too. I mean, it's difficult, but the time goes so fast, you have no idea how hard you're working.
I agree. I actually did that the week in between 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. And I didn't know I had muscles in my back where my back was sore or in my core. So, yeah, gold. Okay, so there's a little bit of a breakdown in the workouts, and you can also go up here and be like, well, I only can do 30 minutes today, or I need a beginner one, or I feel like I could move up, or I want these style of workouts. So you can also go through and do that. Nutrition is the other big. Go ahead.
Actually, also like the for all the programs, like the materials section, like, you know, like the calendar. Like I personally love to print out the calendar for the workout that I'm doing and like cross out the days. So it's like we're rewarding. I can't even say that word. But it's like a good accomplishment.
Yeah. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, because that's also where you'll find, like, because each program tends to have its own sort of meal plan too.
Yeah, and with that being, so each program can have its own meal plan, but if you are following Ultimate Portion Fix, or you are following To Be Mindset, or you are following the 80-day obsession meal plan and you fell in love with it and the way that it works for your lifestyle, you need to follow a meal plan that fits for your lifestyle versus trying to switch meal plans around and do things perfectly with a program. I really would rather you focus on knowing that this is just a lifestyle way of eating. And Joel looks really cross-eyed right there, and that's totally distracted me. Anyways, I want you guys to really just focus on, I can't even, you guys, I just can't. Focus on a meal plan that works for you. Don't get overwhelmed trying to do anything perfectly, because that will make you fail way quicker than just giving yourself grace, going through it. I was going to start the 3-day cleanse today. I was all hyped up. I got you guys all hyped up. And then I went to Brooklyn Bagels, got a muffin, was like, oh, crap, I was supposed to start today. So I'm going to start tomorrow. It's not a big deal. It's okay. The world is going to go on, and you guys are all going to survive that I didn't start it today with you. It's fine. So just really keep that in mind, please. Oh, yes. Okay. So when you go on a workout program, you can click program materials, and that's where Monica's telling you is where you can find your calendar. You guys can see this, right?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you. Yep, so workout calendar, and this is under everyone. Like vegan plan, if you need help with vegan stuff too, Becca's vegan, so she can definitely help you out. And that's what our group is for. Like, so many of us in the group are doing different things, following different plans, good at different things, so where if you post, somebody's going to be able to help you and chime in.
Wait, there's a music playlist? What the F is that? That's awesome.
Yeah, we just find new things all the time. Yeah, there's a Spotify playlist. Yeah.
I'm so excited about this right now, guys. You're actually excited.
Autumn has one for the 80-day obsession, so I'm like.
That's why they started doing it, is because of that.
Yeah.
That's why I started doing the 80-day obsession. Yep. That's pretty cool. So then you can go into nutrition, and these are programs that you have to buy and to have access to if you didn't get it when you initially got set up. So talk to your coach and ask which meal plan program you're going to be doing if you have one of the nutrition programs. Otherwise, you can just follow the nutrition program that goes with the workout that you're doing, like we had said. And there's also the Shakeology channel, which has a ton of different videos. And really, if you're wondering, what is Shakeology doing for me? Why did I buy this Shakeology drink with this program? Like, what does this do? Go in there and watch those. I want you guys to be the person who's I want you to educate yourself on things and know why you're eating certain things or drinking certain things or adding, like I just started adding the digestive health boost to my Shakeology due to my own personal digestive reasons. I wouldn't just suggest everyone go out and buy that. Like, you have to have your own reasons and be educated in why you want them. Chatting with your coach and finding out if it's a good choice is totally doable as well, but you want to be your own health advocate at the end of the day and make sure that what you're putting in your body is what's the best for your body. And then we have the Fixate cooking show, where there is a ton of recipes and cooking shows, and they're only like 3 to 5, maybe 6 minutes long to watch it. And there's a printable PDF as well that you can go in and see what recipes you need for each thing.
Yeah, that cookbook, you guys, there's a cookbook in there in the resources part, I think it is. It is amazing. Like, I've made meatloaf from it. I've made chicken enchiladas. I've made it's so many comfort foods. I think there's like an egg drop soup recipe. It's stinking amazing. Like, stinking amazing. You can't get me started on the food, though, because I won't stop. I promise.
And in our group, there's also a recipe album where Jackie does post a lot of recipes.
Yeah, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If there's a recipe that you're not sure about, or like that you're thinking you might want to try, but you're not like feeling confident about it, let me know. I'll try it out for you and let you know how it is.
She totally will. She did it with the fruit roll-up.
Yeah, I ran into the same issue, but I think I found a solution.
Right. Becca, where did you tell us to go in here last time? Because I thought it was really awesome and I wanted to show some of the newer girls.
It's under blog, and then I think hover over nutrition, and then meal plans.
Okay.
There you go.
So if you're at the top, it was home, blogs, nutrition, and then meal plans. Kind of a little map to get to it. But if you go in here, Becca had shown us last time we did one of our calls this meal plan. And you can, gosh, Becca knows this way better than I do. I haven't gone in here still. Where do we go, Becca?
It's just all of these. Once you scroll, it's a bunch of different meal plans for different programs and like calorie levels, so you can find what's specific for you.
Okay. Look, I know somebody was asking how to meal prep the other day and things to meal prep, and this even adds in how to do it on a budget. So all these resources are awesome. I know I used to go and watch them all the time. Now that I kind of have my routine down, I haven't as much lately, but I should again. That's cool.
Yeah, there's one that I did, like, it was all Fixate, and, like, they give you, like, the grocery list and, like, how much to buy. Like, literally everything is, like, handed to you. So I would definitely go explore in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It just takes time. That's pretty much it. Like, just,
Okay. What are your questions about the 3-day refresh, Jess?
Okay, so I'm doing it with my best friend, and she had a gastric bypass surgery last year, so she can't chug the fiber sweep, and unfortunately it's like getting thicker, and I don't know if you had any suggestions I could tell her.
I don't understand the gastric bypass thing. Is there a reason? Like, is there a reason that she's not able to chug it because of that, or is she supposed to drink it slowly or something?
Yeah, like she can't drink it she can't drink anything that fast.
So is she able to drink like 4 ounces pretty fast?
I could ask her. So maybe like split it.
I wouldn't even split it, because I mean, really, it's just. I mean, it would be fine if she just put it all in there and did 4 ounces and just chugged it then.
Okay.
Just because it does get thick and it
Yeah.
does get gross then. But it's totally not thick or gross if you just chug it after you shake it really quick.
Yeah, that's what I did. So she's like, I can't chug it.
Maybe she could split it. Maybe she could like dump a little bit in, swish it around, drink it, and then dump a little bit more and swish it around and drink it. That could probably work too.
Okay. And then the other question I had was in the little guidebook, it tells you like basically what to do. And then for dinner, it says pick one of the dinner recipes and do the shake. But it's like so much. Do you think it'd be okay if like we put a little time in between?
Nope. Do it all.
Do it all.
But there's ways to kind of condense things, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like even at the lunch, like Dan did the spinach, and it's 2 cups of spinach and then the oil, and he was like, I just can't do the shake. But if you like steam the spinach, and then it'll make it smaller. I know dinner is a little bit different because you have to follow the recipes. But look and see which recipes. Like I think the asparagus recipe is a pretty light like meal. It's like 8 spears of asparagus or something.
Okay.
Whereas we did the carrots, and the carrots are like dense AF. I mean, there's a lot of carrot that happens in the carrot.
Yeah.
Okay. Maddie, she's on here, but she can't comment. Maddie, if you're able to talk and you want to talk, you can. But if you don't feel comfortable, don't feel pressured. She said that it's sounding like your friend can only have so many ounces in her stomach at a time. I don't understand the gastric bypass. I'm not a doctor, so I really do recommend having her talk to her doctor, ask her doctor the full details. But otherwise she can get dumping syndrome.
Yeah,
I have no clue what that is.
Happen.
What is that?
Chugging it is going to fill her up so fast because her stomach is now so much smaller than ours.
So chugging it is just going to make that stomach, it's going to react really fast and make her just, she'll get really sick.
Okay.
So she has to drink everything really slow and at small amounts at a time. So like you guys said, I would suggest splitting it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Because even the fiber sweep for me, when I chugged it, was a little much. But I mean, my stomach can still handle it. But for her, I would just split it and try it that way.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly don't think if she has to split it up, I don't think it's going to make or break it for her. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
not
don't
going
think
to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely not worth making herself sick over. So I guess maybe she just has to kind of do it a little bit at a time, see how she feels, and then when it's done, it's done.
She might even be able to ask, like, the nurse at the doctor's office that did the surgery. They might have a suggestion for something like that.
Okay.
That's what I would do. I would call and ask the nurse because I'm sure she's not the only one that's tried to do a cleanse or something similar to this. So
then the other thing, for the dinners at night and stuff, or maybe even just lunch, like I think fruit is one of the options. And I add my banana for my fruit into my vanilla refresh, my vanilla fresh, whatever the vanilla drink is. So that's another way to condense some of that. And just take your time, eat it slowly. Like, don't try to like eat at a super fast pace or anything when you do eat it, but just eat nice and slowly, enjoy it, and chew it. Really, really chew it because that's part of the digestive process and helping your body get the nutrients that it needs.
Ash, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so depending on how far post-op she is, it will depend on how much she can hold, but her protein always has to come first. I've done a lot of work with bariatric patients. So in order for that to work, she has to do that first. But if she starts to get dumping syndrome, that's her definite tell time to stop. But depending on where her surgery was at, like where she went, she should be able to still reach out to her surgeon or their nutritionist there and have them look at it and tell her what that progression should be.
Okay.
Yeah, she had it last March, so it's been over a year, but I'll definitely tell her to call them.
Well, within over a year, she should be able to consume with 4 ounces within 15 minutes at a maximum. So it should take her no more than 15 minutes to consume 4 ounces.
Okay.
Thank you, Maddie.
You're welcome.
Did you have any other questions for the refresh, Jess?
No, day one was pretty good.
Jackie, you doing good with the refresh today?
Yeah, I like desperately needed it. Like my body is just mad at me, like super mad at me. So I now have like a blocked tear duct after my stomach went to crap. And so it's just like, okay, it's time to knock off the garbage.
I'm sad I missed out on the first day with you guys, but that's okay.
At the end
I
of it too.
enjoyed my muffin. All right. Any other questions, guys? I know that you guys are did you have a question, Kristen?
No, sorry.
I heard somebody start talking.
No.
Shut up for a second. Every time I start talking, I feel like I hear someone else talking. If you guys have questions about the meal plans, message us or post in the group. More likely you're going to have a lot more success and a lot more people helping you bounce ideas off of each other that way versus just messaging me individually or your coach individually, whoever you're talking to, because we're all different. So what works for me exactly isn't going to work for the next person. And I want you guys to be able to get all the ideas versus just my ideas. If that makes sense.
So are we starting Lift 4 tomorrow? Is that the idea? I mean, I don't know if I will, but with the 3-day refresh, but unofficially starting Lift 4 tomorrow.
For those who are, I know a lot of people had jumped into 21 Day Fix a lot later than us. So I feel like a lot of the girls in here are still doing 21 Day Fix.
Yeah, I am.
Becky, what program are you doing?
Oh, I'll start Lift 4 tomorrow.
Yay!
I was doing the 21 Day Fix, and then I was good for a week, and then it just went to heck. So I'll start again tomorrow.
I always end up with at least one day in the week that just I feel like throws everything off, and don't let it throw you off this time. And the nice thing about Lit 4 is it's only 4 days a week.
Right. And I'm working 10-hour days, so it's kind of hard, and I have to get up at 3. I have to
Girlfriend.
be to work at 4:30. Yeah.
And I said this to a couple of girls. I don't know if they're on here, but that had said they were having a hard time like staying on track. And I think there were like 2 of them. And I was like, if you hook up with each other individually and like have maybe like accountability partners, just the 2 of you guys can check in with each other, encourage each other and stuff, like that might help too.
Right.
You know, so you've got the whole group and then you've got just like one partner to work with at the same time. So that's always an option too. Like there aren't any rules.
Right.
I
Just
know
have to get the mindset going.
Honestly, yeah, I'm glad you said that because it really is the mindset piece versus anything else. And what I like to do is when I'm driving my boys to school is I turn on like motivational YouTube videos, or I think I shared in the group the other day, the Morning Miracle book. I have that on an Audible that I listen to a lot. And as coaches, we're used to like what we call PD, and it's personal development and just digging into our personal development and learning more from a personal level, but we do it also on a business level. But really just digging into your mindset and making sure that you are, I'm so distracted by your husband, Kristen. I looked down and I was like, is there someone else there?
He's like, what are you doing?
Anyways, I have.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, I mean, he's here too.
He's like listening to me talk on the phone right over there. Anyways, yeah, so personal development. I think I'm going to start talking a lot more about personal development in our group and all the way around because us as coaches have seen such a mental shift, and that's half the reason why I've stuck with this whole entire journey for 4 years now, because I dig into the mental side of it all. Huge.
Yeah,
So
I feel like, oh, sorry, go ahead, Ashley.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like every time I'm hitting a roadblock, it never has anything to do with the actual workouts. Like, I don't think it ever had anything to do with the actual workouts. It's just like my brain telling me that my body can't for whatever reason, or like it's never the actual movement part.
Agreed. So there's You Are a Badass is one book.
I thought you were complimenting me. I was gonna be like, oh, cool, thanks.
You Are a Badass. No, sorry, kids in the background if there are any. Mastering Your Mean Girl.
Oh, what's the David Goggins?
Oh, yep. What's his book?
Like, I don't even know.
This one's gold. Like, if you like want somebody to like give you like all the tough love, but still be like super inspiring and like partially humble at the same. He's not humble. That's the wrong word for him. He's awesome though. Like listening to him, I'm like, I can do hard things. It's called Can't Hurt Me.
Yeah.
And just listening to him talk on Audible, it's amazing.
I ran a half marathon like 2 months ago and I almost didn't finish, but then every time I was like, David Goggins, because he's a freak of nature. Like
I love
so
it.
Definitely worth
Maddie's
checking out.
texting me as with other book ideas, and I've read both of these too. I don't know what you mean, Maddie, by You Are a Badass as a condensed version.
It's You Are a Badass Every Day.
Oh, it's just a different
one
title.
with her that, yeah, it's a newer one that she just put out maybe 3 months ago, and it's a condensed version of kind of what it's mainly like her key points. She goes over it.
Okay.
I think it kind of combines You Are a Badass and You Are a Badass at Making Money points.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit shorter. It's a blue cover.
I have to look into that one too. Maddie also commented, Girl Wash Your Face is a good one. And I think like all of us coaches have read that book at one point or another. Rachel Hollis, Made for More on, what is she on? It's a
Amazon, I think, right?
Amazon. I literally messaged some of the coaches in the group the other day and I was like, I'm bawling right now because this is so good.
Yeah, do you remember when I first watched it and I was like, Ashley, you have to watch this? You're like, I just don't have time to sit down and like watch this. And then I was like, okay, girl.
It's so good. You guys need to watch Made for More. It's Rachel Hollis. Just anything Rachel Hollis is amazing. So I think we'll wrap it up there with PD is a must. And I would love to hear what books you guys are wanting or starting to read and posting in the groups more and sharing it. I'll share all my new books.
Let's start a photo album.
Okay. We'll start a photo album of books and there's podcasts. And if you have any questions about any of it or how to get any of it downloaded on your phone, you can just ask us coaches, because I have the Audible app. I have the podcast app. I don't even know what else other apps I have. I have all the apps, but you know.
Oh, and I've said this before too. Something else that I've found is that my library has an app where I can like search the catalog for my library and download ebooks like onto my phone or onto, like, I have one of those Amazon, whatever those tablet thingies are, and I can read right on that. And just through the library, you get it for like 3 weeks, and then it automatically returns.
Yeah, instead of spending $20 and it pushes you to read or listen.
Yep. Especially when you have a book on hold for 6 weeks that you're like, oh, I finally got it. But yeah, check with your library to see if they have like a program like that too.
I also tell my ladies, like, you know, before you start a program, like, really to set intentions of like why you're doing this, and that is going to tie in with personal development, because, you know, I've been doing this for 5 years, and doing 80-day obsession again from last year, I started thinking back of like when I did it last year, like, did I do my best? Like, could I have done better? Like, you know, I had alcohol like 2 weeks before I was supposed to be done. And so, you know, just like shifting that mind of like, closing down that inner voice that's saying of like what you've done in the past, but, you know, accepting like where you're at today and saying today is my day one, right? Instead of looking back at what you did even a week ago or yesterday. So, you know, just
that's a big
forgetting
one.
Everything. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are like, well, I got results before and I was down 40 pounds before and then I gained 20 back and I don't know how to lose it again. I gained 15 pounds back, and people probably don't see it or think that that's anything, but I really did. I went through a really stressful year last year, and I let indulgences and night outs and everything get to me a lot more, and I gained 15 plus pounds, and now I'm at a point to where it's not about the losing the weight, but also knowing that what I did before isn't where I'm at right now, and I just need to focus on today and being my healthiest that I can be today and working on that, because what I did in the past doesn't matter, because that's gone. That's in the past. I need to work on today and being my best today.
Because today is a present, literally. It's a gift. I know. Sounds so cliche.
Hey, that's so cheesy. I like it. All right, guys, I will let you go. I have a 7-year-old who thinks that his bedtime is now 9 o'clock instead of 7:30, so I'm going to go finish getting him to bed.
I have Game of Thrones that started 2 minutes ago, so.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
It's the series finale, so I won't bring it up next week.
All right, bye, you guys.
All right, have a good night, guys.